From the WBBZ-TV studio in the Eastern Hills Mall, it's time to play where two teams come together in a battle of wits to determine who will leave with bragging rights. And now, here's your host, John DeShullo, with today's two teams.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us for another edition of Bragging Rights. This is Western New York's hometown Me TV station. We love our Me TV, and we love our hometown trivia. We have some great teams. There's an interesting theme to tonight's show, so I'll bring in my guest co-host, Lauren Ashburn, to help tell us more. A round of applause for Lauren. Come on in, Lauren. Very nice. So, Lauren, I see you're wearing your Walk to End Alzheimer's shirt. You're with the Alzheimer's Association. What do you do?
I'm the Director of Respite Services and Assistant to Advocacy and Public Policy.
How long have you been doing that?
About 3 years, including internship years. I'm very lucky.
Well, you know, being a former board member of the Alzheimer's Association, they do great work, and it's an honor to have you here. And the teams are all sort of interconnected tonight, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
All right, well, let's come back and meet them, all right? All right, on the red side, you may have seen this gentleman on Talk of the Town, one of our talk shows. He's one of our biggest fans, and he's here with his whole family. Welcome, Toepfer Frederick Limited from Gettysville, New York. And for all you students out there who may have had Conrad as a teacher, step it up, okay? And they're playing against the Alzheimer's Association of Western New York on the blue side. Welcome, ladies, to the show. We're going to chance to meet all these great teams, and but first, we have a very special guest scorekeeper. He has joined WBBZ-TV in the last few months, a popular radio personality in Western New York. Would you please welcome Chris Winningham, everybody? Hello, Chris. Chris, we had to put on your name super there, radio legend, and we'll talk a little bit about some of your career. How long have you been in radio?
38 years.
38 years? You don't look a day over having 37 years in radio. It's amazing.
Old enough to know better and young enough to try.
Yeah. And Chris, we should mention, if you don't know that voice already, if you've ever gone to Airport Plaza Jewelers, Chris, give us a little bit of that.
At Airport Plaza Jewelers, where a really great diamond doesn't cost an arm and a leg.
Oh my gosh, you know? You know, Chris Winningham, you can't get enough of this guy. You could watch anything on television, right? But you're watching WBBZ right now with great entertainment. We're going to meet our hometown teams right now, and I'm going to introduce you to the captain here. Why, it's Conrad Toepfer. How are you, Connie?
I'm still alive.
Me too, Connie, and so's the career up till maybe 8:30 tonight, you know?
Absolutely.
Now, you're here with your family, and I'm going to just, Andy, I got some great photos here to show. This is Connie with your family, and who's the beautiful dog there,
That
Connie?
was Dallas. Dallas was our dog at that time. Dallas has since passed away. We now have Sadie, and she's our girl.
Yeah, and you know, we got to meet Conrad because the Joyful Rescues is where your dogs came from, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We get all our dogs from Joyful Rescues in Cuba, New York. They're wonderful.
Yeah, and they do great work. And one more family photo here, just to show. There's the family. Where did you teach, Connie?
I taught at the University of Buffalo, University of Georgia, and the Cleveland Hill School District before that. And I worked in Newfane, New York as a superintendent there for a while. And it's been a long 40 years, but a good one.
Yeah, good one. And you watch the station a lot, and
I do.
You give me some good critiques after some shows. I really look forward to them.
Well, the critiques of the shows are on the shows you're not on, so that's the way it goes.
Dare we say anymore? Who is on the team with you, Connie?
This is my love of my life here. I met her 60 years ago, so she's still with me. She hasn't given up yet. Then our daughter, Kathy, who's our rock of Gibraltar, who's sort of our caretaker, and we're a big, happy family.
You are a beautiful family, and thanks for being here. And we'll find out more about how the Alzheimer's Association connects with the team. Right, Lauren?
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, so Lauren, I'm going to ask you to just step in front, and then I'm going to introduce you to the team captain on this side, and you are?
I am Trisha Hughes.
Trisha, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. I was here, I think, 2 or 3 years ago about this time when I was just a volunteer for the chapter, and now I'm working there, and I couldn't be happier.
We have a website for the Alzheimer's Association. What is the website for everybody?
So everyone can go to www.alz.org, and that will take you to an amazing website full of information, local as well as national.
And as we go through the game, we'll meet some of the great team members that you've got. Who is on the team with you?
Absolutely. So to my left here is our care consultation guru, that's Katie. And to the left of her, that is Andrea. She is an educator along with me.
Great, and the Alzheimer's Association does a great job, right, Lauren?
Yes,
Yes, they
we
are.
do.
All right, now take a look at that scoreboard with Chris Winningham, okay? There he is. Take a look because we want to get your X's or your O's across, up and down, or diagonal. I ask you to pick a game piece. Conrad and his team are going to go first. It's 10 points. That's what each question is worth in the first round, 20 in the second, 30 in the third. And if you get your X's or your O's across, up and down, or diagonal, and you get a bonus of 50 points, woo, that could put you ahead. If you win, you become eligible for 3 large screen HD TVs from Dirt Cheap TV. Okay, so Lauren, we haven't seen these, right?
No.
No, so are you good at doing a game show on TV?
Hopefully.
Yeah, I bet you are. All right, so I'm going to read the question, but Conrad, you're going to select a game piece first. Where would you like your X to go?
Well, we did our previous appearances, A1, because it's a good place to start.
It is. At the top there, Chris, A1. Point it to us. Show it to us. There, right there. Yepper, okay. Chris will get this right after this. Yeah, he will. All right, here's your question. How many feet are there in a mile?
A, 1,500, B, 1,760, or C, 5,280.
How many feet in a mile? 1,500, 1,760, 5,280. C. Conrad jumps in. It is correct, is it not? It is correct. C it is. 10 points on the board. There's no fooling this, Conrad, is there?
No, there isn't.
No, there no. Okay. All right, Tricia, you're next. Take a look at that board. Where do you want your O to go?
I'm going to pick B2.
B2. Where is it? There it is. Thank you, Chris. Okay, what poker hand is likely to occur only once in 650,000 hands?
Oh boy.
Oof. A, straight flush, B, royal flush, or C, 4 of a kind.
Once in 650,000 hands.
We're going to say B.
A royal flush.
Yes.
Is that correct, Mr. Winningham?
Yes, it is.
Correct answer. All right. So that was the last question in this first round. Chris, I think I know what the score is, but tell us one more time.
We've got 10 to 10.
10 to 10. It's anybody's game. And get this, Lauren, we're going to come back in the next segment where each question is worth 20 points as bragging rights with the Alzheimer's Association and the Toepfer Frederick Limited Clan continue right after this. Welcome back to Bragging Rights here on WBBZ-TV. That great video bumper that Joe Malucci made, imagine that. They were playing a record with a needle. And, because you and I go way back in the business.
We do.
But, before iPods and all of the digital devices, there was transistor radio.
Transistor radio.
That's how you got your start, right?
Absolutely. Every night I would go to bed listening to KB radio.
Now, for those of you who don't really know what it looks like, maybe even some of our crew, look at that. Look at that. The technology. Analog technology. Woohoo. There you go.
Yeah.
Works.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of choices back then. We had KB, and then the other radio stations at night would diminish their power, so you didn't have a lot of options.
There's a great radio. This is a great radio town, and we have a photo of you when you were at WBUF radio, and we remember that. What was that sort of a jazz format back then?
Actually, that was early 90s. We became Mix 92.9, and the morning show event, they couldn't stand each other. and seriously, and they get done with the show, and then they would,
some things never change.
Then they would fight. They would literally go into brawls, and so he got fired, and it was crazy.
If you go back to that picture, Andy, my favorite is the radio. Look at that. How everybody was. Is this the stance? Do that. Right. So if you have to be in morning radio,
That's
is
right.
that why they didn't like each other? That body language
it was
is like
a lot of bad body language.
Yeah, we didn't like each other.
No, not at all.
Oh my gosh! Right. Well, Chris, you're an account executive now here at WBBZ, and you're still on the radio too.
Yes, I am.
At what station?
I'm on CJ Country, which is out Genesee, Wyoming, and Livingston County. Yeah. I'm kind of a weekend warrior.
And in some upcoming shows, we'll talk more about that.
Sure.
If you want to find out how you can reach Chris and buy some advertising right here on Bragging Rights, he's not shy. Go to WBBZ.TV.
That's right.
You can find out all about the great hometown shows, including this one and all of the others that we do here on your hometown Me TV station. All right, we're back on the game stage. Welcome back. The team's playing the Toepfer Frederick Limited right here from Gettsville. Lauren Ashburn is my co-host, and they're playing against the Alzheimer's Association of Western New York, the chapter. All right, I'm going to come over and say hi to Jeannie right over here. Hi, Jeannie. How are you, honey?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, now, all these years you've been married, and what's the secret to success in your marriage, Jeannie?
Me.
That's it. I'm glad Jeannie's not shy. It's all about you, right, honey?
Yeah, no.
You have a great family.
I do. Yes, I do.
And what I love about the family, and you're sharing your story, because Jeannie gets some services from the Alzheimer's Association.
Yes, I do.
And they're a great group, aren't they?
They are. Yes, very good.
And we'll talk a little bit about that in just a second. But you like being on the show, Jeannie? Maybe you could.
I do. Yes.
It's fun.
I like to watch it too.
Thanks. I need every viewer I can get, Jeannie.
I do. It's very interesting.
Thanks. I appreciate your support. All right. So, Lauren, as we come back here, what are the services that Jeannie and the Toepfer family get?
Well, I'm very lucky to have them involved with the program. I always say that I kind of have the best job because I lead an in-home respite program where I have volunteers go out to the home and visit with individuals with memory impairment or dementia or Alzheimer's disease. And it's just a blessed job that I do because I really see the enjoyment that they get out of it and the socialization that's much of the times left out.
It's very important, and I know that keeping memory active, like on game shows like this and playing trivia and crossword puzzles, all a part of that stimulation.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, now we're going to meet some other members of the Alzheimer's Association team, and you are?
I'm Katie Waddell.
Katie, so if somebody's out there and they need help, like Conrad Toepfer and Jeannie Toepfer, they came to the Alzheimer's Association, what should a family do?
Call us. It's 1-800-272-3900. Or you can go on our website. But that's literally what we're here for. For the most part, all of our services are free. We're here around the clock, 24/7 to support you. So no question is too big or too small. If it is, I'm concerned of symptoms I see in myself or a loved one, or how do I get a diagnosis, or can you explain to me what this disease is? The doctor rushed through it. I have more questions. We will sit down with you one-on-one free, an hour, 2 hours, 20 minutes. You pick our brains, and that's what we're here for.
And forget the stigma. If there's an issue or you think there's an issue, reach out.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, great. All right, so Katie is here, and Lauren, and the Toepfer family. Let's go take a look at the scoreboard. Chris, if somebody's just joining us, Chris Winningham, what is the score as we begin round two?
We're tied up at 10-10.
10-10, and each question now is worth 20 points, Lauren. How about that?
How about that?
Yeah, all right, so Connie and Jeannie and Kathy, take a look. Where do you want your X to go?
B2,
B2. Oh, yeah, it's already taken there, Connie.
right in front of Andrea, yeah. We'll go with B1.
B1 at the top. Okay. All right, we're going to call up the question here. Question 3, a prairie wolf is better known as what?
A, roadrunner, B, gopher, or C, coyote.
A prairie wolf. Roadrunner, gopher.
We think it's C, coyote.
You're going to say C, coyote. Chris, is it correct?
It absolutely is.
Another X. A lot of coyotes running around Western New York, Lauren. You haven't run into any, have you?
No, but you better watch out.
You bet, yeah, we better. A couple more minutes left in the game here for this round. Tricia, where would you like your O to go?
Well, it better go in C1.
C1, okay. The number 400 is the square of what number?
A, 16,000, B, 200, or C, 20.
The number 400. Square of 16,200 or 20. These.
We're going to say A, 16,000.
A. Chris?
That is not correct.
Oh, what is the correct answer, Chris?
The correct answer is 20.
C. Ooh, okay.
C.
I don't write them, folks. I just read them, okay? All right, Team Toepfer. Connie, where do you want your X to go?
C1.
C1. Oh, he's on a mission, this Conrad. Who was president of the United States at the turn of the 20th century?
A, William McKinley, B, Theodore Roosevelt, and C, William Howard Taft.
It said Theodore Roosevelt. My apologies.
We're going to say McKinley.
So who was president of the United States at the turn of the 20th century? McKinley, Roosevelt, or Howard Taft?
McKinley.
McKinley. A.
You are correct.
Another
it was
X
McKinley.
goes up on the board.
You got to be old to know it.
Of course, he met his untimely demise at the Pan Am Exposition here in Buffalo, but, you know. Last question now, right now going to the Alzheimer's Association for this round. Tricia?
D1, come on.
All right, we're going to try to get a block.
D1.
Oil of the juniper berry is used as the basic flavoring for what alcoholic beverage?
A, vodka, B, gin, or C, tequila?
Oil of the juniper
For
berry.
some reason, I know this, and the answer is B, gin.
Is it gin?
You are correct.
Yes, serve it up. All right. Shaken, not stirred, right, Andy? Absolutely. Okay, now, what is the score, Chris Winningham, at the end of round 2?
We've got the red team with 50 and the blue team with 30.
50 to 30, and each question is worth 30 points when we come back right after this.
Bragging Rights on WBBZ-TV, your hometown television station, will continue after this from our sponsors.
Hey, welcome back to Bragging Rights. What a great-looking crew we have here on our game stage tonight. Lauren Ashburn from the Alzheimer's Association, our guest co-host, and playing on the red team, Team Toepfer Frederick Limited from Gettsville, in for round 3. And they're playing against the Alzheimer's Association of Western New York, the Western New York chapter here in Buffalo. All right, so Lauren, I'm going to cross in front of you. We're going to go and meet another contestant here. Why, it's Kathy. How are you, Kathy?
Good, John. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, Kathy, you know what I think is very, very brave of the family. You know, Jeannie has some dementia issues, some memory issues, but you're coming out and appearing as a family to really support the Alzheimer's Association.
Right, absolutely. The wonderful work that they do, and we're so happy to have those services for my mom, and sometimes for my dad too.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a break for both of them.
Well, you know, in Western New York, there are a lot of people who are aging, and I had senior parents as well, and so a lot of people are going through this. So you're not alone.
No, we're not. And I work in a medical practice that is primarily elderly patients, and I see a lot of patients, people my age come in with their parents and have some of the same kinds of issues. So it's nice to have a way to maybe talk about some things, and we have with some of my patients, we've talked about this.
I'm going to step back a little bit. So we need to have a good story about what it's like to grow up with your mom and dad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, I was very fortunate. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and my dad, in the summertime when he wasn't working, we took family trips, and it was just wonderful.
It's a great family. Thanks very much, Kathy, for sharing that. All right, the Toepfer family is here, and there are great families like that in Western New York, and we're happy that they're here sharing. I'm sorry, Lauren. And now we're going to come over and introduce you to Andrea.
Hello.
How are you, Andrea?
I'm good, thank you.
What do you do for the organization?
I'm a dementia education specialist, so I travel around the 8 counties of Western New York and teach classes about Alzheimer's disease and dementia, and then techniques for caregivers and for professionals who are trying to help people live better with the disease.
And it's very important because people need to know that this information exists. More and more families, like we just discussed with Kathy, are facing this.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's getting to the point where, just about everyone knows someone who's been touched by the disease. So knowledge is power, as Tricia always says, and it's really important.
All right, well, it was very nice. And Kathy, very sweet to share that story with the family. All right, so here we are. We're back. Chris Winningham over at the guest scoreboard. What is the score as we get into round 3?
We have the red team with 50 and the blue team with 30.
All right, 50 to 30. The blue team needs some score, don't they?
They do. What are you guys doing over there?
I don't know. All right, we're going to start, though, with Conrad. We have 5 minutes left in the game. So, Conrad, give us a game piece. Where do you want your X to go? You got a block on that last one.
Well, we're going to go with A2. We'll try and come down the line.
All right, we'll try A2 there. Chris, a flying fox is a type of?
A, owl, B, squirrel, or C, bat?
Flying fox. Owl, squirrel, or a bat?
We're going to say bat. My daughter says bat because she lives
C.
with the old bat.
Is it a bat?
You are correct. The answer is bat.
30 points up. The Alzheimer's Association next. Okay, Tricia.
Oh, gosh.
Feel that pressure.
Well, I guess we need to do 3A.
We'll try it.
Okay.
Right there. See if we can get something going.
Here we
The
go,
human
girls.
body contains how many quarts of blood?
A2, B5, or C8?
I'm going to,
2, 5, or 8?
we're going to say C8.
8.
The correct answer is about 5.
Oh, B. Didn't get points up there. Question 9 coming up. Team Toepfer, Conrad. Where do you want your X to
We'll
go?
go A3. I thought the
A3.
answer was 8 to that one myself.
Yeah. How many justices are in the U.S. Supreme Court at full strength?
A7, B8, or C9?
How many justices in the U.S.
C,
Supreme
9.
Court? 7, 8, 9. He says 9.
He is correct.
Bingo. We'll get in a couple more questions. Okay, Alzheimer's Association. Tricia?
I think 4A.
There you go. See if we can get a block. How many strings do instruments of the violin family usually have?
A3, B4, or C5?
Strings on the violin, the family, 3, 4, or 5?
I'm going to go with B4.
B.
You are correct with
Wow,
4.
we got a block. Big game here, Conrad Toepfer. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, where would you like your X to go?
B3.
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 Conrad is in it to win it, ladies and gentlemen. Hepatitis inflames what bodily organ?
Yeah. A, liver, B, kidneys, or C, stomach?
Liver.
The liver, A.
You are correct. It's my dear friend, my liver.
Yeah, there he is.
Have a drink on that.
Okay, 30 points. Oh, we have an entertainment question next. Thank goodness. Okay, Alzheimer's Association. Tricia, where would you like your O to go?
I would like my O to go in, oh God. Sure, 3C.
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 There it is. Which of these 3 movies did Tom Hanks not win an Academy Award as Best Actor for?
A, Saving Private Ryan, B, Philadelphia, or C, Forrest Gump?
Did not win an Academy Award as Best Actor. Saving Private Ryan, Philadelphia, Forrest Gump.
My teammates have decided that it's A.
Saving Private Ryan.
And the answer is Saving Private Ryan.
How about that? He won for Philadelphia in 1993 and Forrest Gump in 94. We love that Tom Hanks, don't we? Yep. He'd have been here tonight, but, you know, Conrad Toepfer was here. Connie's stealing the spotlight. Where do you want your red X to go, Connie?
Where wants this?
Where do you think?
D2 for dog.
D2 for dog for your beautiful Sadie. D2, there it is. Tom Hanks is only one of 2 actors to win Academy Awards for Best Actor in consecutive years, like we just said. Who is the other?
A, Clark Gable, B, Spencer Tracy, or C, Jimmy Stewart?
Another actor that won 2 years in a row. Clark Gable, Spencer Tracy, Jimmy Stewart.
We'll say no, not Spencer Tracy, no.
All of whom you'll never see on Offbeat Cinema.
Jimmy Stewart.
Their movies are too good.
Jimmy Stewart.
C.
The answer is Spencer Tracy.
You were right. Oh my gosh. I know. Spencer Tracy for Captains
daughter was
Courageous
right.
in
I was
38
wrong.
and Boys Town in 39. Last question of the game now goes to the Alzheimer's Association. Ladies.
D4.
D4, sure.
Why not?
What was the occupation of Ralph Cramden, played in The Honeymooners by Jackie Gleason?
A, sewer worker, B, bus driver, or C, butcher?
What do you think? Ralph Cramden.
I could never do it, but we're going to say B, bus driver.
Was he a bus driver, Chris Winningham?
Ralphie Boy was a bus
he
driver.
30 points. Another great MeTV classic. We're wrapping up our great show here with Team Toepfer, Frederick Limited, and the Alzheimer's Association. They do great work. Chris Winningham, what is the final score?
The final score is the red team with 140 and the blue team with 120.
Wow, that was a great game. Team
good game.
Toepfer, Frederick Limited, you
Good match.
walk away the bragging rights champs. But we're not sending you home empty-handed, Alzheimer's Association. Ladies, no. Look, we have a gift certificate. And you know what? Because we have a few of them left over from the fair, we're going to give everybody $20 off gameplay at Dave & Buster's and a free appetizer to Buffalo Roadhouse Grill. Lauren Ashburn, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Chris Winningham, thanks for joining us over at the scoreboard. Remember the Alzheimer's Association, the great work they do. Conrad Toepfer, thank you for watching WBBZ, and tell all your friends and neighbors in Gettsville, okay? We need all the greatest guy ever right here. We'll see you on the next edition of Bragging Rights. Good night, everybody.